Hello, crafty friends. This is the Paper Chef here. We're going to create these really fun cards using the So Sincere stamp set by Stampin' Up! And the Winter Meadow Designer Series paper. Those of you who are in my card club, you have all of this crafty goodness sent to you, but I'm still going to have you cut out the pieces that you need. And what else? I'm going to show you how to ink up the edges of these, and I'm actually going to be die cutting maybe this one because I don't think I have any of this. So I guess we'll start with this simple card here. The So Sincere stamp set will be used again next month because we are using whale watching. That's what you voted on. You voted on this stamp set. My Card on Blue members get to vote. Then you voted on whale watching for December. So if you haven't registered for that, I did send that out today in my newsletter, in one of my newsletters. So if you don't get that, then check your spam. Maybe you unsubscribed or something. Maybe you didn't get that notification. Let me know. All right, this is So Sincere. It's on page 47 of the mini catalog. You can see that there are a lot of sentiments. 11 sentiments. So we'll be using 4 this month. During the month of November, we're going to do 2 cards and then 2 more cards. I'll show you the other 2 cards we're making in just a little while. If you didn't get the stamp set, here's my website. Here's my website. But please, and I said that twice because I'm pointing at 2 things. Please shop tomorrow during our really fun seasonal sale where things are going to be, and maybe this isn't one of the things that's on sale, but I mean, you can get other things while you're there. Paper, some ribbon, and some other things from and ink from the mini catalog, or from the annual catalog. All righty, let's take some ink. We're going to use the Pretty Peacock ink and the Lost Lagoon ink for this first one. I just want to jump right in here and then we'll get you started on seeing these papers. I know you want to see the papers if you didn't get the papers in the mail. It's a really great value for $39. You can be in my card club. I even have a yearly subscription where it's only $37 a month if you pay by the year. That's new. Look in the offerings beneath this because you'll also get a $49 kit if you do the annual subscription. I'm just offering that right now because I was just deciding I wanted to wait 6 months to see if I was going to keep doing the card club. And I am going to keep doing the card club. I decided to keep doing it. So I always do things on a trial basis, and I thought, why not? So we're going to do So Thankful for You. And because I'm going to continue to do it, you can save and continue on the journey with me. By subscribing, by getting subscribers, I can plan ahead better and get the products that I need because it's a very expensive endeavor to do a card club, and you have to get things way in advance. And I'm trying to just plan better. So if I have a few members that are long-term subscribers, I know I can plan better and get the materials I need. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Lost Lagoon, and I'm just going to put some on a stamping block. That's a lighter color. I'm going to put this over here for now. Just try not to get it on the cards. And I have these little, I'm just looking for my little bucket of crafty goodness. I thought I had some plain ones. They were right here. Here they are. I'll just use my little bag of crafty goodness. So we're going to put these down. And these are from the Something Fancy dies. You're going to take your blending brush and you're going to tap your blending brush onto the stamping block. And then get that first blob of ink off because otherwise it'll be a little too harsh and you won't be able to ink up the sides very easily. Then I'm going to ink up the sides. You can use any light color that's a coordinating color. So this is month 6. So my first group of members that joined, they just got a swag bag full of fun stuff. Everybody who joined at the 6-month mark, as long as you're a continuous member, you get a swag bag. My mom made you the bag. And then in the spring, she'll be making different kinds of bags, but you'll still get a swag bag. And then the 12-month swag bag will be different than that swag bag. You'll get all different things. So I will start collecting those things now. I have to work. It takes me a long time to collect all the swag. You know, some things are current, some things are on clearance. Very useful things. And so that's really fun. So that's a benefit of staying with the club. There's other perks, like we have a Stampin' Sip event. Now what I'm doing now, guys, taking the So Thankful for You stamp set, and I'm stamping at least once or twice onto a sticky note or your pad or your mat. And then you stamp onto your sentiment. You might be wondering, why don't I cut the sentiments afterwards? After I stamp, I don't prefer to do that. I like to have all the shapes already cut, and then I like to stamp onto them later. So that is Pretty Peacock, and it's a beautiful font, as you can see. Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. Let's see why we're here. Maybe I do have... Oh, wrong shape. I was going to say I could have inked it up, but we're going to close these for now. I am still using Lost Lagoon later, but I'm not going to be using the Pretty Peacock for the next card. So we have the sentiment we need. Let me put it in my little basket. So we have a Stampin' Sip event, and that's a social event that my Patreon members, my channel supporters, are going to be invited to. My team and my card club members are invited to that. We do a little technique demonstration, and we just kind of socialize and craft. Then there's a bingo every quarter. The next bingo, my Card on Blue members are voting on right now. And everybody in the card club gets one free bingo card. So you get to play bingo with us on Zoom. You can also buy the bingo kit, but you get a free card and you can play no matter what. My prizes are epic. I gave away over $400 worth of prizes last time. So it's just it's a real labor of love where we do a really fun bingo event. Oh, why am I die cutting? I don't need to die cut yet. I need to cut the papers. So what I'm doing now is cutting the papers. And I was going to show you. Let me just clear out this. Please tell me I didn't get ink on my smoky slate. I'll die cut later. What I'm going to do now is show you this really cool paper. And then I'll cut some. But I'm going to open a package because my package is in disarray. And I want to show you what this looks like. This Winter Meadow paper, it said something like it was carrying over, but I don't really know what that means. Is it going to carry over and be sold online? Is it going to be available next Christmas? Is it something that's going to be in the annual catalog? I don't really know what that means. But this paper, it seems like it's staying around. So if anyone knows what that means, explain what that means. But at least you can get this now. If you like it, it was, out of stock for a little while, so it's really popular. We're going to use a piece of this. I used this piece, like a corner, and you each have a corner. So now I'm going to use the busier corner for the second card. So it's double-sided with this gorgeous color palette. And there's the trees and the deer in the background with the watercolor look. Isn't that nice? Okay, so the coordinating colors for this paper are Lost Lagoon, which you just saw me use as the inking up. Blueberry Bushel. That's the color of ink that's in this one and one we're going to be using in our next card. We have Basic Black, Garden Green, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, that was the color of the berries, Pretty Peacock, the color of ink I just used, Shaded Spruce, and Smoky Slate. So you can see how gorgeous this paper is. It's hard to plan ahead for my card club. That's why I have a whole extra pack. Because I didn't know how many people are going to join the club. And that's why I'm working on having longer term memberships. Because then I know how, like I said, how long to plan for. Okay, so now that was that. So now I'm going to take my little scraps. And we're going to use for this card, the So Thankful for You, Pretty Peacock card base. And I'm going to try to find the piece that we need. We're going to use this piece here. Okay. We're also going to use some of this really pretty paper that's called Snowflake Magic. So check this out. Let me put it there where you can see it. Snowflake Magic paper comes in this package like this. And I put some into your Card on Blue card club kit. So you get, this is Lost Lagoon and the Pretty Peacock. Okay, and then you get there's some white in here too. So you have some extra that we're not going to use. We're going to use in our two cards the Lost Lagoon piece and the Pretty Peacock piece. Or are they both Lost Lagoon? They just says Lost Lagoon. Maybe they're different shades of Lost Lagoon. To me, that looks like Pretty Peacock. Either way, doesn't matter. Now you're going to take out your cards. You're able to make 8 cards with each of your packages when you get your card on Blue Kit. So this card is oriented in this direction because I like it when it stands up like that. And you're going to take this really beautiful piece of paper and go ahead and cut it. Now make sure you know the pattern. So you're going to turn it this way and make it 4 inches. Let's see. I kind of like this. I kind of like this corner. So we're going to do 4 inches. It depends on which part you want to show. By 5 1/4. I really like this piece over here with all the little festivities going on. And I'm going to do 4 by 5 1/4. This is the easier of our 2 cards. So now we're going to take, see, there's a little piece there. I'm going to take this little piece of, maybe not that one. I'm trying to find the piece that we use for that little strip. Here we go. This little piece here, it has this deer on the back. And we're going to go ahead and cut that. Looks like 1 1/4. I'm going to just do 1 1/4 and see what happens. 1 1/4. Okay, that was a good guess. And then 1 inch for the piece of snowflake magic. So this might already be 1 inch. So we'll go ahead and attach this to this. Ooh la la. So pretty. So pretty. We need some Stampin' Seal Plus. Why do I do it this way? I'll kind of explain why I always put a little bit extra on here. So I'm going to push it against the side like so. And I'm pushing against the side of my little tray. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I like this part to show with the snowflakes a little more than this part. So like this part I want to show maybe kind of like that. So I kind of get to center the part I want. So I want that snowflake to show and that one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the little piece of rolling adhesive across the middle. Maybe a couple rows of it. It's a pretty wide piece, right? So a couple rows of that. And then I'm just going to hang it over the edge. Center it on your card. Then you're going to get out your paper snips. Hopefully it's centered and not lopsided. Okay, let me use my snips that don't have a little thing attached to the end of it. And then I turn it around and I cut. Because even when you think you cut something the same exact size, like this is 5 1/4 inch wide, it just seems to me that it's just a lot easier to do it this way and cut off the excess. Then you know they're exactly going to be matched and you don't have one that's a little bit shorter. And it just looks so professional that way. When you try to cut them the same size and one's a little bit shorter and you got this little gap on the side of the paper, it's just so like annoying to me when you cut the second one shorter and then you have this whole big piece of paper you wasted. Ooh, that looks so nice. So this is the same card as this card, by the way. It's just that I used a different piece of it's the same paper, but some part of the paper is busier than the other part. But that's why you have enough to make, you have 12 sheets of Winter Meadow, 6 by 6 in your kit. So you can make 2 cards with this design and one of yours will be busier than the other. And you have 2 card bases. You have 2 basic white sheets that go inside your card base. I didn't do mine, but you could stamp in them. I didn't put anything in there, but that's your white piece. And then you have the envelopes to put them in. So you could decorate your envelopes as well. Beautiful. And now we need some glittered organdy ribbon. It's part of your kit. So cut the glittered organdy ribbon to go behind your sentiment. Just an extra layer. We're going to pop the sentiment up on dimensionals. I like that sentiment better. So cut some glittered organdy at an angle, like so. Put some rolling adhesive back there, just a little bit, like so. And then lay the ribbon on the center of your specialty paper. I'm grabbing some dimensionals. Let's find some that are in good shape. I might have to use some black ones. I run out of dimensionals quite often. I don't know, that was something else. So let's put some there. Where'd it go? Here we go. So what I want to do is make sure that you have some dimensionals that touch the ribbon and some that touch the paper, because dimensionals don't really stick to ribbon very well. So I'm making sure that some of them are sticking to the paper. I would normally just use 2 big dimensionals, but I'm using the mini ones. And now I can pop this little guy on. Like so. And the last final touch of this card is our opal rounds. Let's see if I have any that are already open. Because that's like it's okay. Somebody's going to get partial opal rounds in their mystery surprises. So I'm just going to throw a few of these opal rounds on there. These are in your kit. Let's put 3 on there. That looks beautiful. And now you have a couple places for bling. You have the glittered organdy ribbon, which is incredible ribbon. I love this and the black glittered organdy and the Night of Navy glittered organdy. I love all those organdy ribbons. They have a little bit of wiry feel to them. You have your opal rounds for some bling, and you have your winter magic paper. First card is done. And now we're going to do a little die cutting and work on the second card. All right, let me say hello. And thank you for liking this video, those of you who are watching. We're going to now use the smoky slate piece. Hello, Janet. Oh, good. I'm glad she has the paper, that you have the paper pack. Good. And hello, Phil. Good evening. And Deborah from New South Wales, Australia. And Sherry from very cold Indiana. So that's good. You're using your winter paper in the cold. I'm looking for some basic white paper so we can do our die cutting. Yeah, I bet it would be cold in Indiana. Hello, Diana. Good evening. Debbie Salinas from Houston. That is where we are going to be. The demonstrators are going to be in Houston this March. So what I'm going to do is die cut a couple pieces at once. Here's the sandwich, die cutting sandwich. Base plate number 1. Base plate number 2. 1 number 3. You could put 2 pieces of cardstock. Then you put the die on top. Lay that over there. And then I'm going to put this plate on top. So what that looks like, your die cutting sandwich looks like this. And I'm cranking it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This thing. I don't need to bring it into the camera more. You'll get the idea. And I've shown this many tutorials. I've been showing this. But I also don't want to leave anything out if I'm showing something, if I'm demonstrating. So anyway, all the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators worldwide, they have different ones in Europe, but you're allowed to go to different regions. So we're going to have demonstrators mostly from the U.S. and Canada coming to Houston in March for an event. And it's going to be pretty cool. I love in-person events much better than virtual events. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting out the larger ones from the Something Fancy dies. We used the shorter ones earlier, and I'm using the larger ones. This is a great set of dies because it's good for layering. All right, done card number 1, done card number 1. Just look how different they look. Put that over there for a moment, and now we're going to work on, and we have a So Thankful for You, and we're going to work on Hope Your Day is a Happy One. So again, we need to ink up. I'm going to leave the rhinestones out because we need those for the next thing. We're going to ink up our card with the Lost Lagoon. So anyway, now I left off Debbie from Houston. I hope you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator so you can go to the event with us or join my team so you can come meet my team. Hello, Lisa from Canada. And Deborah L. from... Oh, she didn't say where you're from. Okay. And Sandy Snook and Carolyn Babcock. Hello. I'm glad you like that, Caroline. I hope you check out my latest email today that talks about the card club and what we're doing for it. And it talks about the seasonal sale tomorrow. Now that one's a little bit dark, but that's okay. I think that might be the second piece. The second piece. Okay, I think I can just see what's left over on here and just see if I can't pick up with just what's left over on the brush. Yeah, see, that was a little better. Yeah, every month I do something completely different. Like, I mean, the turtles were so different. Everything's different. Like, every month I come up with fresh designs. I mean, maybe I'll repeat myself at some point, but there's literally no limit. I mean, you could design a new card a day for the rest of your life and not be out of card designs. That's the way I feel about it. I love trying new things because there's just an infinite number of card designs. So this time I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel for the color. Hope your day is a happy one. I'm going to flip that over. And we're taking out Hope your day is a happy one. Okay, and you guys, while I'm here, okay, so let me show you these. Okay, these are the 4 we're using this month, okay? I'm going to just put them right there so you can see them. And then you guys can vote on 2. While I'm sitting here, you can vote on the 2, and I will design what you vote on. The 2 other sentiments that have the best votes are going to get put into the whale watching one next month. So there's the 4. Wait, this one. Sorry. Now I got to look at myself. Where are the rest of my cards? Okay, so this month, joy, heart, and prayers. Okay, these are the 4 I'm using this month. So while I'm stamping, you guys look at all these sentiments from So Sincere, and you tell me which ones you want me to use. And the ones that get the most votes, just from the live chat, not later. We're not dragging this vote on. And you can just write a word. You could write like the word grateful if you want this one. Love, kindness. The first word that jumps out at you. Proud, birthday, better, feeling better. See, these are the 4 I'm using right now. So you can't vote on these because we just used them. You have to vote on the ones that are left. And then I can use them with the whale watching stamp set. Because the poor whales don't have any sentiments. They need sentiments. And then I'm going to take some from the ones called... I'm going to take this off and do Hope your day is a happy one. I think I'm going to use circle sayings for the whales as well. So I'm going to use this sentiment. Hope your day is a happy one. And then circle sayings. And I may even do the ones called handmade hugs if I have to. Because that's another one you've used for your club. I'm only going to use ones you've used for your club or paper pumpkin. Because I know a lot of my club members have paper pumpkin kits. So I will use sentiments that are easy for you to get a hold of. Like this. And I'm only going to do 2 from this stamp set. Because we don't want to overstay our welcome. We got to... I'm going to put it on top of there to make it flat. Hope your day is a happy one. Okay, so that's Blueberry Bushel. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp a second Blueberry Bushel. Put that up there for a moment. And got that. All right, the votes are coming in. Hello, Linda from Stamp Cut and Create. Michelle from Cold, New Hampshire. Boy, oh boy, it's cold where some of you guys are. Wow, you're thinking about going, Debbie? I hope you go. Now, let's meet up no matter what. Like, let's plan on meeting up. Have coffee, we'll meet up inside the event, we'll do a swap or something. That'll be awesome. Even, like, whether you go to the event or not, we're meeting up. Because you're in Houston, I'll be in Houston. So this is cool. Okay, so we have some votes coming in for Hope. You're so thankful. Okay, thankful, I think we just did that one, didn't we? We just did the thankful a minute ago. We can't repeat. Well, we can repeat, but let's do Hope your day is a happy one. Okay, and knowing you and just for you. Okay, we got some more votes. Okay, we hope your day is a happy one. Well, Michelle, I'm glad you have good taste because you just picked the 2 that we're already using today. All right. Okay, you guys are voting on... I put these here so you can't vote on these. Here, let's put these back down. These are this month. We're not doing them all tonight, but this is this month's card club. You can't vote on the ones laying there. You got to vote on the ones over here. All right, now I'm going to just assemble the card. I'm going to do some cutting while you guys are voting. I'll put this, I'm just going to move this over so you can still see that and grab out my trimmer. And I do write the measurements later as well. And we're looking for the piece that looks like the little sprigs. My little bag of stuff. And the one that looks like the plain piece in the back. Okay, let's see. Not that one. Not that one. I think I'm going to have to go into my bigger pack of paper because I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing the pieces. And we're also using Delightful Floral, which is gorgeous this month. All right, we'll just find the paper we need. We need this piece like so. So we're using this piece here. And then we need the piece that looks kind of gray. It's that piece there. All right, so we're going to cut the pieces we need. First, we need a piece. Oh, and we need some pretty peacock. Let's see if I have that in the bag. Here, we need a piece like this for the background. So this piece is easy. This piece is going to be, 4 by 5 1/4. So we're just going to do 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, we're going to be doing it proud and feeling better. Looks like we're getting a lot for this feeling better. We got a few votes already for the Get Well card. But remember, we're using a whale, but we can definitely use a whale for feeling better. We'll just use, maybe we won't use the whale that's jumping out of the water. We'll use, and there's also just an ocean scene in there. So we can, feeling better, maybe the one where he's bobbing his head out of the water. All right, now I'm grabbing this one. Okay, so bottom line is this is the first piece of paper. So let's get the smoky slate. So so far our layers go like this. First part of the card. Next part of the card is 1 inch inwards. So if that was 5 1/4, now we have 4 1/4. Okay. You can't really see my trimmer because I'm letting you vote. So, okay. 4 1/4 by 3. 4 1/4 by 3. Okay, so first layer, next layer. Oops, or was that probably the inside layer? Oops, I think I made it a little bit too small. Okay, it was 4 1/2, I think, by 3 1/4. Let's try that. Yep. Okay. And then it's going to be 1/4 inch smaller. So now I'm going to cut this piece. 4 1/4. And by 3. And you'll see in a minute, and I'll be writing these down for you. Don't worry. Don't worry, baby. Okay, there you go. So that's that. So we're layering this up. This is what our card looks like so far. Pretty cool. And then this one's going to be 1 1/2. And let's see what piece I used for that. Not that piece. It was sort of like a speckly piece. Like this. I think it's this piece here. We're going to use this piece. And then we need this inch piece here. All right. Great. So let's move this out of the way, because now we cut the rest with our scissors. And we start to assemble. Assemble. I better move these out of the way, guys, because you know what? They're starting to get, everything's going to get dirty. But you know what they are. You can't vote for Hope Your Day is Happy, and you can't vote for the Thankful. All right, let's put that over there for a moment. This one over here. So we're going to attach this to this using the rolling adhesive. I'm just going to center it on there using the side of my tray. And it didn't go straight. So usually you can fix it. Okay. Now, I'm going to be putting these two together. So we're going to put this together on here first. And put that piece over here like so. Nice little layer. I do everything based on contrast. If I don't think something contrasts, I just start adding layers behind it. If I don't think one layer contrasts with the next layer. That's why you sometimes see me have layers in between layers. Just to have that contrast between the colors. And then that goes on there. And then before this goes on there, we need to put this onto here and trim off the excess. So let's put a couple rows of adhesive across the middle. Put that over on the edge like so. See, a multi-layered card. Lots of fun. Flip it over, trim away the excess. I had no desire. I guess these are pomegranates, guys. I don't know. Do you guys know if they're pomegranates? I don't really know much about plants. Except unless it's like a beach plant. I'm a beach person. Maybe an item plant. But whatever that is, I'm glad to use the other side of that paper. This paper, because Moody Mauve is like my least favorite color in the whole catalog. Followed by Garden Green. Those two colors just give me the heebie-jeebies. And Wild Wheat gives me the heebie-jeebies. But you know what? Sometimes it looks good. I use it. I mean, I use them for things all the time. But they go together with the coordinating colors. So all you want to do is, for this one, is be careful that this stuff is facing up. Like, you see how your sprigs look like there's a certain direction that they go? So you want that to face up. Now we're going to get some glittered organdy ribbon. We're going to make a little, so you know what we're doing. We're just making a little loop with the ribbon. So I'm going to put it behind here. Let me cut some off. I don't know how much I'm going to need yet, but let's just say it goes like that and like that. Okay, something like that. So you're going to put, what you're going to do is put a little bit of adhesive there and put one piece of ribbon there, like so. And then you're going to put the other piece of ribbon up there and you're going to flatten it because you want it to go inside a envelope. So flatten them like so. Just so it helps stay down. And then you can put a little bit of adhesive back here, just a little bit, so that when you flatten it, little trick for you, it just stays sort of down, right? Doesn't have to stay all the way down, just a little bit down, enough to kind of not pop out of the envelope. And then we need a little bit of adhesive here to go like so. And then you want to get the angle right. And then you just want to sort of trim. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do it like this. Trim little angles. Do the opposite over here. Kind of making them even, right? And that's all. And then you can put your little dimensionals on there. For this one, I'm going to take a big old strip of dimensionals like so from the edge of my package. Stick it across because it'll hold everything in place. It'll hold the ribbon in place if it decides to be finicky. Let's see. This one's a little bit long. Just going to lift that up a little bit and pull the ribbon down a little. There we go. Come down. There we go. It was being a little finicky. And then we say, hope your day is a happy one. Da, da, da. Doing that with my side of my hand because my hand has so much ink all over it. And now, instead of searching for rhinestones, we're just going to pull them off of the one from the kit. I'm going to add a few rhinestones on here. Let's see where I put them. 1, 2, 3. I used the small ones, but we can go ahead and use a big one. Big one up there. You have all the different sizes. So I'm going to use 2 big and a small. And that is how we do it. This is how we do it. That's how we make the cards very easily for our card club. Okay, so feeling better, proud and feeling better. Okay, what did Michelle write? Hello, Anna from Indiana and Diana from Prescott, Arizona. Yeah, proud is going to be good, I think, for like the fact that we got a couple votes for the proud because it's a whale jumping out of the water. That might be a really good one, you know, for the proud one. All right, so let me show you. Now that I've said hi, I only have 2 other cards to show you. This is what. Let me put this down so we don't get ink on everything. This is what we made today. So this is our card club, right? We made Hope Your Day is a Happy One, and we made So Thankful for You. I'm still going to write the measurements, and I want to show you the other 2 cards. So let's do both of those things in the next 5 minutes or so. And I'm going to find, I have like one of those placemats here. So we're going to say, I have to kind of open this up to see it. Okay. 8.5 by 5 and 1/2. Dun, 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 dun. Score at 4 1/4. Okay, so this is Pretty Peacock. Okay, and then I'm going to put a big line, and I'm going to do the next card so that you can see. You know, then we can just do Smoky Slate. So this is Smoky Slate. So that's 11. Da, 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 da. In case anybody wants to take a screenshot. 11 by 4 1/4. Score at 5 1/2. All right, so this is Smoky Slate. So these are your 2 cards. All right, so the first card, well, both cards had a layer of, doesn't matter which card, they both had a 5 1/4 by 4-inch DSP layer. So they both had that. All right, now this one had, let's do this one first because it was more complicated. This one also had a 4 1/2 by 3 1/4 inch layer, and then a 4 1/4 by 3-inch layer. Okay, so it had all that 3-inch layer. It had 2 more squares, and then it had a couple of things like this, right? And those were 4 inches across. This one is 1 inch, and then the next one, this one is 1 1/2 inch. Don't worry, we're going to write this down for you a better way. My awesome team member, Jenny, you just types these up in the description because I'm such a hot mess. All right, so that's that. So this was this card. So we had this layer. We had a 5 1/4 by 4-inch layer. Don't worry, my next course is called Making and Selling Crafts, and I also have a card workshop coming up. And both of those have handouts with them where I actually made pictures for you of all the 3D paper crafts. Not pictures, but pictures of where you score and everything. So those are going to be easier to understand in my courses. It's just that this is not a course. This is not, doesn't have a PDF to go with it. It's a video. Not that it won't ever be a course. It's just that right now it's just a video. So anyway, then there was this one. And we had, these were, I have to visualize this. This was 5 1/4 across for this card, and then we had a 1 inch in the inside, and then on the outside we had a 1 1/2 inch. This top to bottom, so that's that little strip. All right, so those are your measurements, and now I'll show you the other 2 cards. Hopefully, don't have anything on my hands. So showing you what else we're making this month, using the Delightful Floral. Okay, so my card club, when you took the survey, you asked for these cards. You said, can we please do a sympathy card? So I designed a sympathy card. And this is using some more specialty papers and Delightful Floral. So this is using a Blackberry Bliss card. You have all the coordinating cardstock in your kit. So that's a really nice thing. And then we're going to make this card, which is a just, knowing you brings joy to my heart card, using your sentiments again from your set. So that's what's going on this month's. So we're doing this both this week. It's the 3rd week of November, and that's when I work on the card club. So you can see how great So Sincere is. Really, really love this set. I mean, I was actually kind of secretly hoping you would vote for throughout the year because it's a little more whimsical font, but this is so pretty and elegant that I really am into it as well. I don't know what happened to the other two cards. Here they are. Here we go. There's the other card. So we have, this is where we're at. We created this card today with the pretty peacock. And that's this measurements right here. Okay, so screenshot if you want. And then we created, I may have to zoom out the camera. Thank you, Linda. And then we created this card here, Hope Your Day is Happy, using these measurements right over here. So that is all there is to it. And then we're going to be creating these two cards this week. Not tomorrow because I have my group that I go to with my ladies from my church. And so it'll be a different night. We also have a Grow Your Crafty Business group meeting on Thursday. So maybe this will probably be on Wednesday. I will come back on and do the rest of this card club. That is all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening. And I'm just staying real quickly and tallying up the votes because I don't want to leave here without doing that. And then that is all for now. Let's see. Thankful. We already have a thankful. I'm talking out loud. Proud, proud, feeling better, feeling better, feeling better, and proud. All right. So the verdict is so proud of you and hope you're feeling better soon. They're going to be our sentiments for next month. 2 of our sentiments. And the other 2 will be from Circle Sayings or Handmade Hugs. That's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening.